Hello, I'm John Proxon from John West. I'm having Divinity Original Sin 2 adventure. There's a little bit of delay on my face because I'm uploading a video. I might move my face off the screen because that's a little bit annoying. It's a little bit distracting. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep it up. So we, at the end of the ship battle, got teleported here. The air here has a familiar smell, like the place you grew up. Old memories begin to well within you, but the sweet sour smell of decay suddenly punctures them. Look around and realize you've been here before.
A faint creaking sounds in the distance.
Juna, god of dwarves. Relic, god of humans. So Laura.
Oh, how pensively our shield looks down upon us.
For some questions.
Ask away, shield.
More details about the Great Acorn. What is it exactly?
A giant body, but no giant brain, eh, Quackers? Surely even the tall folk know that Rivellon was bare before the Great Acorn fell from above and seeded the Urwood, covering this land in beautiful, perfect forests. Beautiful.
Okay.
What tree did some quest? The Great Acorn will come. It will destroy.
Sorry. We know all this, don't we? Hello, Stravelin.
A tree? What's hanging from it?
Bunch of gods. Before I do that, I want to level up. Is it L? It's not L. Is it I? It's I. What does leadership actually do? More warfare or more dual wielding? See if my book gives me anything. What's this? Enrage! Cool, I can enrage. I think I already had that, but whatever. Alright, more warfare then. No! Yes? Fine. Lovely. There's nothing to pick up here. Makes sense. But I still wanted to check. You can't see it, but I'm pressing the middle button.
Must be a way across. Solstice? The gods? Are they dead? How can this be?
Sweet sauce. Juno, Ralik, Madia, Volga, Xantiza, Tia Sendelius, and Solsticer. Duna!
Ever-tightening cursed branches constrict the great dwarven god Duna. His eyelids flutter, and his face, bluish and bloated, nods. Ralik hangs limp from the tree, cursed branches constricting him, snake-like from foot to shoulders. His helmeted head hangs slack at his side, but a barely audible wheeze rasps from his lips. Hurry! Amadia hangs before you, her face cut and bruised, her chest barely moving. You think you see a tear run down her cheek. You lean in. That's no tear. It's sauce. The shimmering liquid is seeping from her wounds and dripping to the ground below her. Before you hangs a great ethereal orc, his face twisted in a knot of pain as cursed tendrils constrict him. A small, stout imp winces under the countless cursed threads that bind her.
So who's Fane's god?
Tight coils wrap Tyr Sendelius from head to foot. His still face is set to a glowering sneer. Cursed tendrils tighten around Solstice. Her lips are moving, but no words seem able to escape her lips.
Oh, hang on. Bless your god. Oh, I can bless all the gods then.
Begone. Begone from here. Ugh. Where is my champion?
Well, I feel like it doesn't hurt me to just bless them all anyway.
Ralik hangs limp from the tree. His helmet...
Hurry! Bring my champion.
This is probably pointless, but...
Thank you, my child. Thank you.
I was going to say, Madia helped us out. I think somebody was happy that I blessed them. Yes, quite.
Your time is short. Your time is short.
Almost there.
Begone, begone from here. Where is my champion?
Our shield speaks, Quercus.
As the cursed tendrils slacken, Solstice inhales deeply, air wheezing into her throat. Wheezes become a hum, then a gently wavering song.
A champion I called. My champion did come. First among my chosen, first among them. Together we gazed into the black. We turned our backs to it. We turned. You have come. My prince, my chosen. It is not too late. Not yet. But almost.
What happened here? Last you saw them, the Seven were waging war against one another.
Yes. And while we quibbled, an enemy greater than any one of us stole in like a thief in the night. But here you are, my chosen, my God-woken, our hope. You will undo what has been done. I saw it as I drifted here, at the midpoint between reality and oblivion. I saw Rivellon. But there was no Rivellon. There were no people, no ancient empire, none of our people, none of our great works. I grow cold now, even thinking about it. It was not a dream, God-woken. It was a threat. A promise from our enemy. The enemy you and you alone can stop. It was a vision of the void, and it made me tremble with fear.
Say it can't be. She's afraid. The goddess who blessed you with a kiss.
Yes, my prince. I, the goddess. I who created you, tremble. Soon the Seven will be nothing but morsels in the maws of the void. Unless you do as I bid you. Do what I blessed you for. You have already set loose some of the powers locked within you. But there is a great well of possibility, as yet untapped. You cannot stop until you ascend to the highest heights of your power.
I was going to do that anyway.
You cannot stop until you become divine.
Until you become Divinity Original Sin 2.
Like Lucian, you will be called to unite the powers of the Seven against the Void. Like Lucian, you will lead our proud people to preeminence. But, unlike Lucian, your weakness will not lead you to foolish failure.
Lord didn't say that it is exactly what I'll do.
She opens her mouth to respond, but stops dead. Her head jerks from side to side, searching for something unseen.
You must hurry. I hear it singing to me. Fire and ice, death and skulls, blackness, blackness. Go!
White-hot cold pierces your heart like a blade. You are frozen to the spot. The burning cold pumps through you like a curse, and then...
Oh dear.
What's happened here? Where is everyone?
The same troubled look is visible on each face. You've seen the gods beaten and defied, strung up as a warning.
The gods are dead. Long live the Godwoken. If the Seven should indeed come to nothing, I'll be ready to take their place.
I've got my weapon. I've got my wits. And now, I've got a new enemy. If the Void wants me, well, I say let it come. I'm ready.
I'm not. We're going to need like 10 more levels.
Gods schmods. They aren't interested in me, and I'm not interested in them. It seems whatever's inside me is more powerful than any of them anyway. Or at least more cunning.
What can yet be blessed, can yet be restored. One way or another, divinity will survive. Through all of you, and all of me.
Cool.
Oh! Hey!
Might as well save the game. Did anyone survive?
Where
Oh,
is
yes.
everybody?
There's one more Godwoken, isn't there? Yeah. It's there. Okay, cool. It's on the map. Well, he's gone. Probably do with a bottle of wine, but let's talk to the one person I think should still be here. Oh, Malady. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no, that's good.
Where have you been? I can't keep this up much longer. We need to go.
What's going on? Where are you?
There's no time. I can't hold us here. Brace yourself. This might hurt.
Hang on. Aha!
I knew Malady was powerful. Meister Siva said as much. But this, to bring us to the land of the dead, this is beyond my comprehension. She truly is a demon.
The silent monk leans forward slightly and stares at you straight in the...
Well, Han survived.
You're the Godwoken, right? This place is scary.
The sergeant doesn't seem interested in talking to you. She shoots you a disdainful look before turning away, muttering something about underlings exceeding their authority under her breath.
What a marvelous creature you've found as an ally, sorcerer. This Malady is far more powerful than I would have assumed. I mean, transporting this entire vessel to the Hall of Echoes itself. This place is fascinating. What I wouldn't give to roam around it freely, make some observations.
Who's... Ah, Tim. Alright, fine.
A lot.
But we got a lot of XP for it.
The chill of the Hall of Echoes clung to the Lady Vengeance as it returned to the shores of Reaper's Coast.
Yay.
The Godwoken were alive, but what of the gods?
I feel like I should have probably said stuff. We're loading Reaper's Coast. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. Also, there's no sound. Not sure where the sound is. I was just like, it's a bit of a shame we're missing those two. But I guess they're gone from the game now. Fane wasn't even on the ship. So yeah, I should have had him briefly on the team. I mean, he might still be on the ship if that makes any sense. But Fane definitely isn't. So please excuse my Fane ignorance.
Solid ground materializes beneath your feet. Your weight falls back into your body all at once, and bright sunlight stings your eyes. As your eyes adjust, you realize you're still aboard the Lady Vengeance. A gust of fresh sea air caresses you, and warm sunshine prickles your skin.
Oh, one moment, please. Oh, just a moment.
Malady explodes in a fit of retching that racks her body. At last, she sneezes and expels a glob of something shiny and silver onto the deck. It wriggles quickly off the siding and plummets into the sea with a splash.
Gross.
Better. Let's not do that again anytime soon. Hmm?
What happened to the others?
Oh, don't start. It was all I could do to save a few of them. It's no mean feat bringing an entire ship full of unspent souls to the Hall of Echoes, you know. I managed all the interesting ones, though. You're welcome.
Han was one of the interesting ones.
I do hope you learned something useful on our little field trip.
I mean, I guess he was young and worth saving, but still. You met one of the gods again? They seemed desperate.
Desperate how?
Describe to her everything you saw and heard in the Hall of Echoes.
I see. So, your god seemed uncharacteristically frightened, told you the void was coming, and that only you could ascend to divinity, after which you felt a cold deep within you. Well then, it sounds like you need to ascend, doesn't it? And quickly.
She inspects her fingernails with great attention, then looks up at you from under an arched eyebrow.
Did they mention how you were meant to become the next divine?
Say you understood that you're meant to grow your powers, but you're not entirely sure where to start.
Oh, what confidence you inspire. Luckily for you, Mama Malady is here to help. We already know you can bless, but as far as I know, you can neither see source nor take it as you see fit. I may not know much about divinity, but I do know that any godwoken worth their salt will know how to perform all these so fantastic feats.
I can see source, it's right there.
You need to go see the Meister.
Say to think again, you've cast source spells before and taken source in order to do so.
As have I, but not in the ways a true godwoken can. Forget those ghastly little jars and wands to which small people must resort.
Alright, fair enough. Obviously the game knows where I've got the source from. But,
You ought to be able to see and speak to the spirits that wander our realm. And you ought to be able to extract the source they leave behind, too. All this just by your little old onesie. No devices, no gimmicks. When you're done, you'll be able to amass and unleash quantities of source so great the Lucian himself would blush. I quite look forward to seeing it.
ask where you can see this Meister.
She's got one of those things in Driftwood. You know, the building where people go and they do things inside of it? A home, that's it. She's got a home in Driftwood. Give me your map. There you are. Tell her I sent you and she'll handle the rest. You're at the beginning of a long journey, Godwoken. Long, but exceedingly interesting.
Going by the level, I'd reckon I'm halfway through?
Now, I must be going, and so must you.
Where are you off to?
Shopping.
How can we get to the shore?
By our faithful little sloop, of course. We can all ride together. Won't that be terribly fun? Before you go, if I'm not back by the time you find out where our journey takes us next, you can call me back here. Tell the ship. She'll know how to summon me. And in the unlikely case you don't manage to do whatever it is you'll need to do to become what you need to become, you could call me, but I would be grateful if it doesn't come to that.
Cool. Well, on chapter 3 was very quick. Oh, hang on.
Damn it, is nowhere safe. Red-robed lunatics at sea, those void-woken seedlings in the swamp. It all points to the great acorn. It's coming, Quercus! What if it's too late, What if the Knights of Dre are too far ahead in their plans?
Knights of Dre? I forgot about them.
At least here, our shield's ignorance can be forgiven, Quercus. The Knights of Dre do not go out of their way to boast about their existence. You know their order, my friend. Mystic Squirrel Knights, sworn to the great acorn, trying to bring about its return.
The squirrel absent-mindedly runs a paw over Quercus's spine. The air fills with the sound of soft, dusty purring.
They plan to inherit the everlasting forest once the acorn drops, and the world is rid of all giants. They believe that only the arboreal will, and should, survive.
How do you intend to combat such a nefarious plan?
I don't know. I am trying, of course. But how does one battle a power like the Great Acorn?
So I'm clicking pen in my hand. It's probably annoying. I'll try not to do that.
The Knights of Dre are a dangerous, dangerous order. Lunatics with a single-minded devotion to bringing about the end of the world. Together, Quercus, we can develop some magic to save us from the Great Acorn, if our shield can keep us alive. Yes, it has done an admirable job so far. It certainly lasted longer than I thought it would. But does it understand that we could be wiped out at any moment? Does it understand the risk?
Nod, he can trust you.
Trust. Do you remember trust? Quercus. I'm not sure I do. Well, yes, of course I trust you, Quercus. You're different. But perhaps we should show a little faith in our shield, too.
Sorry, I've clicked off the screen, so the sound probably has gone. Sorry.
The squirrel reaches out and touches your ankle, sending a hot flush rippling through your body. Your mind's eye sees new potential spells swirling before it.
Now, listen carefully, shield. The plan is thus. Do not die. If the shield can hold up its end of the bargain, we might just have a chance to complete our research. We might make it yet, Quercus.
Bleed Fire skill book. Cool.
Hello again. That's twice now you've saved my skin. And I think it's time to start repaying the favours. I could fetch some stuff you need, maybe. Ma always said I was a great runner.
Well, there's certainly a thing or two I could use. Life essence?
Sure thing. I'll start hunting that down right away. Don't wait up.
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian's love there can be no wrong.
What's your plans?
Paradise awaits, my friend. Not an actual paradise, of course. I don't think there's such a place in all of Rivellon. Paradise Downs. My parents still sow the soil there. And if the Order hadn't called me to its ranks, I'd still call their farm my home. I miss it. I miss them. They've been forever understanding of my duty. But I admit, I've been neglectful. I have some wrongs to right.
He knows what's next for him. Ask what's next for you.
I expect Malady has an answer to that. It seems she's got it all in hand.
Do you really have to quote Lucian so often?
Only as often as I need his guidance, Godwoken. When I invoke Lucian's words, I invoke his deeds too. He stood for the defenseless when the Black Ring rose up. For all of us. For my mother, my father.
Gareth's nostalgia lasts for just a moment longer. He composes himself, clears his throat, and waits for your next question.
But there is no next question. Right, I'm going to level up my dudes, aren't I? We got quite a lot of experience in that, 25% of it. Awesome. Why do we have ranged? I should take that off as well. Oh, I know a place where I can do that. Hang on, let's why do I have summoning? Oh, because of abilities I'm holding from gear. Okay, fair enough. I don't really need to go down here then. Right, should you have ranged? No. Pyrokinetic? Let's put it on 4. Some more. See, he really is caught in between. Right, more dual wielding. Yeah, double strength this time. We will put more on intelligence, but later. Okay, I'm going to go back up. We may look Plan later.
The sergeant doesn't seem interested in talking to you. She shoots you a disdainful look before turning away, muttering something about underlings exceeding their authority under her breath.
What?
I've plenty of fighters for hire. Experts in blades, bows. Oh, I see you have a full contingent already. Then I'll leave you be.
So there's modes of this game where people permanently die, I think. So that's where she comes in handy. Okay, we'll click on that last. Go underneath for the time being. Oh, he's not in anymore. Grab that potion. And talk to the prisoner. Might have something new to say. We don't appear to have a prisoner anymore. Did they get saved then? I would have counted him among one of the interesting ones myself, but never mind. Actually says on our map if there's anyone on there, doesn't it? Right, fine. We'll just leave the place, shall we?
Allies for hire.
There we go. Just the place. Million waves.
Here we are, Reaper's Coast. We made it.
Something on your mind? She looks pensive.
The hunt, like always. To be God-woken is all well and good, but above all, I've yet to find the Master. Somewhere further inland, Roost Anlon breathes. All I have to do now is pick up his scent and make his last breath worth my while.
A million waves. Okay, I'm going to change the title of the episode. It was Heaven's Gate. A million waves. Cool. Fish. Dagger. Yeah, it's easier having him pick up everything actually, because then I can sort it later. I know what's been sorted and what hasn't. But Beast should look after all the sorted stuff. Oh no! Let's go talk to the shark.
A dying shark lies gasping on the sand, bleeding from the mouth and gills. It turns its dark and soulless eyes to you. Its bloody gills open in search of water, but find only air.
Offer to drag it back into the water?
It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath to speak. Its own blood froths at its mouth.
No! Die here! Monsters in the water! Monsters in the deep!
Remark that by its bloodthirsty, blood-stained teeth in the sea, it should have little to fear.
Monsters bigger! More and more growing!
Reach for the shark, ready to drag it into the water.
It summons the energy to snap at you, thrashing in the sand. You jump back.
No, I can't. Oh, monsters in the water. Monsters in the deep.
Realise that this is one result of the horror of the Voidwoken. Sympathise.
Monsters in the deep. Oh, the world is dying. World is dying.
It's a very melodramatic shark.
The shark lays there, gasping quietly in the sunshine. Blood bubbles at its mouth. You leave it to die and turn away.
Aww.
It lays there gasping, dying, drowning in the sunshine and its own blood.
You know what?
It lays there gasping. A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum. A shadow moves below you. A jagged vice closes on your thigh and pulls you down. Water fills your lungs. Blood billows.
Well, that's sad. Well, at least we got revenge for dear Joe, or whatever it was. I mean, it's just a shark doing shark stuff, but still. Do we have anything else we can have her eat? It just heals her.
You are floating a few inches above the ground. Your friends are impressed. You bask in their hoots and hollers. Your favorite party trick.
Character is smelly. Spread your wings. What? I've got... What? Requires polymorph too. She learned a skill from the dead body. That's really cool. I mean, she's never going to have polymorph 2, but still. Could have probably just continued on that coast, but we'll have a proper look around. Hang on, let's save that. There's a dead civilian.
What happened here?
I don't know. I've got a theory.
That void woken had someone in its...
Level 9. Oh dear.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Went to do flurry. I can still do flurry, but... Okay, let's battering around this thing. Kill these things dead.
Prepare yourself.
They get knocked down so easily. No.
I'm ready.
No, 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 no. We can still hit things. There we go. Caught on necrofire. The worst type of fire. And a flurry. Yeah, we should get through this pretty easily. Just exploded. Why did that one explode? Fine touch. It's necrofire, isn't it? It's cursed fire. Crippling blow.
Glory is mine.
I need aid.
Oh, she's dead. Very nice. Did I save anyone? No, I think he was dragged away. Cool.
A Magister caravan. I remember one just like this picking me up.
Not happening.
Could have been a shipment to Fort Joy.
No, it's
What
not
happened
true.
here?
Can't be true.
Right, and with that, now let's investigate. Actually, got a little bit more time.
No, no. Can't be real. Not real.
White as driftwood salt, the dwarf flinches at your approach, yet she holds a short, clean blade aloft. Her fierce stance can't hide the trembling of her fingers.
Back! Get back! I'll kill you, just like the rest of them.
Shh, lass. I know you're all afraid. In times like these, I don't blame you. But I ain't out to hurt you. Now, why don't you take a few breaths and tell me what happened?
Step back. Beast seems to know what he's doing.
She slumps, all bravado draining from her.
No. I've never seen anything like those beasts before. Are they gone?
Voidwoken, you mean? Poor thing. No wonder you were scared. I'd be scared too.
Those? Yes. Worst ones I've ever seen. Ripped through the Magisters. The dwarves. Dead. And the sorcerers. Gone.
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance, glassy as marbles. It's not cold, yet her shivering is relentless.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Duna's beard. Lohar. My boss, Lohar, will want to know what happened to them, but I can't remember.
Lohar, eh? Where will I find this boss of yours?
I've heard that name before.
Oh, well, you'll find him in Effie's Emporium, neath the Black Bull. He's a fine man. A little gruff, yeah, but he's the only one in Driftwood wanting to help and not hurt.
She looks up at Beast through tear-stained eyes, but you can see her resolve hardening as she remembers who she is and what she stands for.
Oh, Seven Sympathy. I saw those things dragging the sorcerers along the cliffs towards the Wrecker's caves. No more. It's gone.
I know what a wrecker is, because I live in Cornwall, and Cornwall had wreckers. I think, I assume that's what they mean by wrecker. It's people who put out like, am I getting this right? I might have this wrong. They put out fake lights to make ships crash on the shore, thinking it's a lighthouse or something, and then they steal stuff from on the ships. It's a coastline, makes sense.
She flinches at the slightest rustle of wind through the long grass. Terror in her eyes, she stumbles away from you.
Oh, got ahead. Got you a treat.
Warm red wine flows down your throat. The languor of a tavern evening soothes you. Suddenly, shrieks rend the night. The Magisters have come. Warm red blood flows down your face.
Cool. Okay.
Nice.
Kind of wish he was two-handed sometimes. You know what? That might be a good spec. Because I'm throwing away two-handed weapons, aren't I? I'll have to investigate that. Don't have him pick up the weapon, though. Some more food for you? Sorry, I just some of the comments. Something to be said about people who gather disembodied limbs from the ground. Yeah, well, I'm going to eat them all. It's fine.
You remember a cold childhood in a no-hope fishing town, bullied mercilessly by a dwarf named Lohar. With no other prospects, you sign up as a Magister, eager for the power denied you all your life. From the dark, you stare up at the thin slivers of light visible between the floorboards. Shadows ripple across the slivers, accompanied by heavy footsteps, Magister footsteps. Wood creaks above your head. One of them has paused. Your breath catches in your throat as you wait for him to move along. But the hatch is suddenly yanked open. Light floods you, blinding and accusatory. You hear only one gruffly barked word before the hands seize you. Gotcha! Work, work, work. That's all there was in Driftwood for a dwarf like you. Until you got involved in the anti-Magister resistance. Then, the work was still there, but also purpose. Purpose worth dying for.
Die he did.
Eloisa was the prettiest girl, not to others, but to you. Her luminous eyes shone brighter than the moon. The day you collared her for Fort Joy, you wept every tear you had. You never cried again.
Aww.
Early memories are overshadowed by a terrifying death, a tempest of teeth, scales and snarls. You never imagined it would end like this.
Wouldn't it be weird, like, this death is deeply ironic!
You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan without complaint. As you settle onto the bench, you offer Ralik's blessings to the Magister Guard. He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest in return, before shoving the chained sorcerers aboard. As you watch them cower, you cannot help but feel annoyance. After all, don't they know they're going to be saved?
Not anymore, they're not. Oh, I missed the severed head. Gotta eat that head. It's how to get ahead in life.
You twist your head around as the Magisters haul you away. Your wife and 2 boys stand in the doorway, helpless. You commit their faces to memory one last time. Wendy cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, "I love you," or "We'll wait for you." But the truth is, you didn't catch it. The farm recedes from view behind you.
Right. Let's get those mushrooms. Who's talking?
Looky here, Bugs. Oh.
Ah. Well, we got someone to talk to for the next episode. Because I'm going to let you go. What's this? Don't know what that is. Another mushroom? Mine now. Right, I've been John Foxy on Tunnel John of the West. I've been having... What have I been having? I've been having a Divinity. Divinity. Sorry, my face isn't working. A Divinity Original Sin 2 adventure. The unoriginal sin. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.